Hello, Old Mill High School Music Technology class. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm too tired to do anything goofy right now. Maybe at the end of the video I'll break a pencil with my head just to make up for it, but right now I'm just going to jump straight into it. So, in the video for this week I'm going to talk about two different things. First thing I'm going to talk about is some of the issues that people have been having dealing with signing up for Soundtrap, if Soundtrap is the website that you're going to use to do all this work. Some people have been having issues signing up and making their accounts and downloading stuff from Soundtrap, so I want to talk about that. And the second thing I'm going to talk about is the assignment for the week. So the first thing I want to say regarding the whole Soundtrap thing is if you've had any difficulties either completing or just submitting the last two assignments, do not worry about it. I'm not taking off any points for the last two assignments in terms of people turning in stuff late or there being confusion with I'm not sure how to use Soundtrap and download the file and export it as a WAV file or whatever. I'm not taking off any points for the last two assignments that happened if it was late, because we're still in the process of figuring it out. So if that was something you're worried about, don't be worried about it. That's not a thing that's going to happen. So I know that it's also been a little bit chaotic trying to contact me. The problem is that things were happening with Google Classroom where you guys were sending me messages, but I wasn't getting notifications for them. So that's some of the reasons why, if you've been feeling this is super crazy and chaotic, that's why it's been happening. But we're hoping that we've figured it out and we're going to move forward from here. One of the things that I did to try to fix the problem that I think some of you are having in Soundtrap is I added all of you manually to my class in Soundtrap, because there's sort of there's two versions of Soundtrap. There's a regular version and there's the educational version. If you're doing the educational version, you're a teacher, you can add people to your class. And I've gone and added all of you through Google Classroom, through your AACPS emails into Soundtrap. And I think if you were having issues before where you were trying to export and it was saying, oh, you have to pay for this thing, I'm hoping it will fix it. The deal is that with Soundtrap, they're offering, if you're an educational user, an EDU user, then you get a free trial. I think it's for 100 days, which is more than what we need for what we're doing right now. So that's what I'm on. I'm on a free trial. That's an education thing. And if you didn't sign up for it that way, if you didn't sign up for the educational version, I'm hoping that because I added you to my classroom, that it'll automatically switch you over to it. I'll even show you what I'm talking about. Right here, next to my account, next to my name, you see where it says EDU user trial. I'm hoping that because I added you guys to the classroom, it'll fix some of that. If you guys are trying to make it work again and it's still not working, please reach out to me. We'll try to figure out another way to deal with it. But that's the first thing that I've done to try to mitigate that problem. If it did work and you guys are all under the same thing that I'm under, where you're under an EDU user trial, you should be able to download and export stuff and do all of the stuff that you need in Soundtrap without any issue, without having to pay for anything like that. So here's hoping that works. Like I said, if you're still having problems, reach out to me. I should be easier to get in contact with now that we've sorted out some of that stuff. And I'll schedule a time to meet with you one-on-one or with a group of other people having a similar problem, and we'll figure out how to work with it. So, all right. Next thing moving forward is our actual assignment for the week. So our assignment for this week is very similar to our assignment for last week. Last week we did a composition project where you used a bunch of loops, either built-in loops from Soundtrap or a different DAW that you're using, to make a short little 30-second composition. This assignment is pretty much the same thing, except instead of using loops, which are pre-made little melodies offered by the DAW you're using, you're actually going to be using MIDI instruments. All right. So what a MIDI instrument is basically like a computerized instrument. MIDI stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface. And it's basically like a fake guitar in your computer. And so rather than using pre-made stuff that other people have already made, you're going to be going directly in and making your own stuff. And I just want to stress again, this is not a thing where I'm grading you on how I think it sounds or if you used a proper scale or whatever. I don't really care about that. I care about you familiarizing yourself with the technology. So it should be pretty simple. It has pretty much the exact same guidelines as the last project, except now instead of using loops, you're actually going in and using MIDI instruments. But I did want to give a little bit of a demo of it to show you some of the features of MIDI instruments in regards to Soundtrap. So I'm going to go ahead and try that out right now. So, in Soundtrap, the way that you're going to get to using MIDI instruments is you're just going to go add new track, and then if you click on, for example, piano or keyboard, it's going to pull up a piano or keyboard MIDI, or it's going to pull up a drum MIDI or a bass MIDI, all right? We're going to start out with drums, all right? So, the most important feature I want you to know about is this one right here. You can change the way that you actually input the music you're going to be putting in. If you click on instrument, it has like a little virtual drum kit, and you use the letters or numbers on there to actually input the instrument like that. This is probably going to be the most useful one. If you click on patterns, it's set up like a grid where you have, you know, your kick and your snare, and you can go ahead and do it all like that. That's probably, like I said, going to be the most useful way. And you also have piano roll, which I don't think is going to be very useful for drums, but it'll be pretty useful for some of the other instruments. So, you would go through, mess with this. Right here is also very important. Here's how you actually change the sound of what you're using. So we're in drums right here, and we're at machines and kits, and we can change it and try all sorts of different sounds. So this is going to be very important as well, this feature right here, where we change the actual instrument that we're using. So I'm going to add another track and take a look at what guitar might look like. So let's say I choose to do guitar. I'm just going to stick with whatever sound it just gave me. Same thing, I'm looking at a piano, I'm pushing buttons on my keyboard, it's coming out. I can change the sound if I want, and I can also use piano roll as well to input stuff. In terms of new functions that you need to know, that's pretty much going to be it. There's not going to be anything revolutionary or groundbreaking. Like I said, it's pretty much the same project, except instead of using loops and using pre-made stuff that somebody else has made, you're going to be making your own stuff from scratch. So there's going to be more details with it, but like I said, it's pretty much laid out the same way as the last project, and all of the details will be in the Word document under the assignment that will give you the actual instructions for it. So I know that there's been issues with getting stuff sorted for the class. So like I said, I'm hoping that what I did will make everything work. If it didn't, reach out to me and we'll figure out a way to make it work. No points are going to be taken off for late stuff for the last few weeks because we're in the process of figuring it out. So I think I said I was going to break a pencil with my head. All right, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to break this pencil with my head. I'm not going to break a pencil with my head. If you guys actually think I was going to do that, there's no way I'm going to break a pencil with my head. I'm an adult. Anyway, I'll see you guys this week. I'm going to try to schedule a Google Meet where you guys can come and ask questions and stuff. So, should be a pretty easy assignment if you've been able to do the last one successfully, right? So, hope you guys are staying well out there. This is Mr. Brown signing off.